Well, Neil, it's been nearly a week since the disappointment of the FA Cup defeat at Fleetwood. After the match, you spoke very honestly and very passionately about your disappointment. No doubt you will have wanted a reaction from your players. What has the reaction been to that from your squad?
Yeah, if anything after the game, I didn't say anything, to the media, to you guys, that I didn't speak to the players about inside the dressing room. I just speak from the heart, speak honestly of how I felt. I think it sort of helps you to get over the disappointment as quickly as possible. You can share your feelings, and that's vice versa with the players. And then we actually had a couple of days to clear our head, which I think was a good thing. And then when we come back together, we speak about it. And you need to learn from the experience and understand why it happened and what we need to do to prevent that from happening again. You can never guarantee that you're going to win games of football, but you can guarantee certain things. And I want a team that, guarantees certain basic fundamentals of the game. And we didn't do that last Saturday, and we paid the price for that. So we have to learn from that experience, understand why it happened. And the players have been, they knew. You don't kid players. They know. They knew they were nowhere near the level of what they're capable of. And it's my job to try and make sure that we're improving, and the standards that we expect from them, that we get that every day. And you can train for that. And training has definitely been a good positive reaction this week, in my opinion.
Were there voices within the group that spoke and accepted responsibility?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, I always, after games, I always like to, at half time, give myself some thinking time and speak to the staff. And then you always think about, what's your approach? How do you best go in and speak to the players, and what your message needs to be? And the players, you've got to create that environment where also players feel comfortable that they can speak as well. Some of the players did speak, and they wanted to speak, and that's important, because you need to know what their thoughts are, what their feelings are, so you can help them. And that's my job is to help them. And if they never say anything, then it's just me talking all the time. And so it was not a pleasant experience, but it's a shared experience, good and bad. That one was a bad one, and hopefully it just helps us to become stronger. I'd rather be coming stronger by winning games of football, but it made me clear in my mind of certain things that we need to do if we want to improve moving forward.
One of the interesting points you made after that game was that the match was lost in training. You said the mentality wasn't right, and you felt that. How has training been this week? Yeah,
a lot different than that training session. I seen the ability of what this group possesses every day. So we have to make sure that our focus, our concentration, our mentality is there. And that's something that, as a staff, we can develop through the training. Collective behaviour of the group is something that you can train for. I've seen that happen before at other football clubs, and I've seen the power of that. And if you have that clarity of thought and that belief in what you're doing and a consistent way of working, then and the players believe in that as well, they understand why you're doing things, then it helps to evaluate every training session, every game. If you've done certain things right, and if you've not done certain things well. And last week we got too many things wrong, that's for certain.
Jamal Lowe's come in, and as we sit here now, he's had one training session behind him. How pleased have you been with how he has settled in?
Yeah. He's a really good guy, first and foremost. Really pleasant man. I think he'll fit in really well. He's got proven championship experience. He brings a bit of know-how to our team. We're quite a youngish group, not really young, but youngish. He brings a bit of seniority at the top end of the pitch, and I think he'll link with the players around him really well. He brings a bit of mobility. He's got a decent goal scoring record as well, and we want competition for places. And he'll certainly bring that to us.
He also brings versatility in where he can play. QPR fans are speculating and guessing as to how he will fit into your team. Are you still making that decision, or do you have in your mind where you will play him?
No, yeah, I have it in my mind where I'll play him, yeah. But that's the beauty of Jamal, that he can play in different positions. So he brings that versatility or flexibility at the top end of the pitch. He is capable of playing in numerous positions, which gives me a problem. But it's a pleasant one because, I like picking the right team for the right opponent, and I'm not afraid to slightly change if I think it's the right thing to do for the opponent that you're playing against. And Jamal, with his flexibility, helps to even during the game for us to be adaptable. But with the players he's got around him as well, and I'm sure, like you said, the QPR fans will be wondering where he's going to fit in. I have a plan in my head, but I also have to be open-minded. I've never worked with Jamal close up, and he might show things in training that I think, he might be able to do this for us, and if he does this, that might have a knock-on effect on someone else. So that's the training. That's using your eyes and your ears, and then making sure that we piece all that together for the benefit of the team.
Reading's last 9 games, they've won 4, drawn 2, lost 5. They're on the same amount of points as QPR after the same number of games played. They're arguably displaying the same levels of inconsistency that QPR are, which explains why we're both where we are in the league. Do you feel that both squads have demonstrated the capability to be in the top 6, and what's missing for both sides is that consistency that we strive for? Yeah,
without a doubt, yeah. If you think where Reading were last season and where they are now, I think, Paul's done a fantastic job improving the squad, improving the team. And they're, like us, fighting and striving for probably a little bit more consistency of performance and gaining those results that are going to help them to be at the top end come the end of the season. They've got a lot of experience and know-how in their team. And it's a tough game. Reading away is a tough game. They're hard to play against, they're hard to score against. They've got quality in their team as well. So we know it'll be a really difficult game. But if we go and play like we can, then we're capable, as we've shown against Sheffield United, of beating anyone in this division. That gives you optimism, but it also can be the most frustrating thing then if you don't produce what you're capable of, like we didn't last weekend. Reading's our next challenge. We have 20 games to go, and we want to be playing some big, important matches coming the end of the season. So this next run of fixtures is really important for us.
Luke Amos and Leon Balogun are out. Stefan Johansson is back to full training now. Is he in contention for this weekend?
Stefan's been training this week in team training. It's been great to have him back. He has got know-how. He has got leadership. He's a great communicator within the group. He's captained his country. He's a top performer. So it's been brilliant to have him back. But he has been out for quite a while. We have to balance his training load and the amount of training he's done with then making sure that he's ready. And that's good communication between myself, Stefan, and the physios, sports science team. And Stefan is at the stage of his career where he knows his body better than anyone else. So when we think it's ready for him, then we'll be delighted to have him back.
And just finally, it was a packed away end pretty much at Fleetwood. It is a packed away end this weekend at Reading. How keen are you to send the QPR fans home happy this weekend?
Oh, there's no better feeling when you work all week and then you can share a great experience at the weekend and give the supporters 3 points. I was like taken aback by the support that we had last week at Fleetwood, to have nearly 1,000 travelling all them miles up the road as a train strike, and it was bitterly disappointing after the game, and you feel like you've let people down, and it's up to us to make sure that doesn't happen. We can't guarantee that we're going to win, but we can guarantee certain things. And come Saturday, when we've got a great following there, I want them to know that we want to give everything for them, and if we do, then hopefully then we can give them a positive performance and back that up with a result, which would be great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Saturday. I can't wait to see the fans behind the goal and when I look to my right, and hopefully we can share a greater performance and experience on Saturday, because after last week they deserve a response from us.